Have you ever felt completely lost? Like everything you once knew no longer makes sense? Like the universe has abandoned you, and nothing brings you the same joy it once did? This isn't just a rough patch. You may be experiencing what's known as the dark night of the soul. It is a process that you must go through during your spiritual transformation that can feel like total destruction, but is actually preparing you for something greater. In this video, we'll break down exactly what the dark night of the soul is, why it happens, and most importantly, how to navigate it. Because trust me, if you're going through this, you are in for a roller coaster of a ride, but you are not alone. So, what exactly is the dark night of the soul? It's a period of deep spiritual transformation where everything that once felt familiar, or beliefs, your identity, your sense of purpose begins to dissolve. The term comes from mystical and spiritual traditions and was first used by Saint John of the Cross, a Spanish mystic, in the 16th century. But the experience itself is universal. It has happened to countless people throughout history, regardless of religion or belief system. In simple terms, the dark night of the soul is a phase where you feel lost, empty, and disconnected from everything you once knew. It's the breaking down of the old you before the new you emerges. So, how do you know if you're going through this? Here are some of the most common signs of the dark night of the soul. You feel completely lost and disconnected. You no longer find meaning in things that once brought you joy. Your job, your relationships, even your passions. Everything feels empty. You start questioning everything. Your beliefs, your identity, even reality itself. Things that once seemed certain now feel like illusions. You may even feel like life has no real meaning. This is not just a regular bad day or even depression. It's a complete existential crisis that shakes you to your core. You feel alone, even when surrounded by people. Friends and family might not understand what you're going through, making you feel like no one truly gets you anymore. 6. You experience intense, spiritual or existential thoughts. You might feel disconnected from your old spiritual or religious beliefs, yet drawn towards something deeper. If any of this sounds familiar, don't panic. What you're experiencing is actually a rebirth in disguise. You might be wondering, why is this happening to me? The truth is, the dark night of the soul happens when your soul is ready to evolve. It often comes after a major life event, a deep spiritual awakening, a realization that the life you are living no longer aligns with your true self. Think of it like a snake shedding its skin. The old version of youth, or one built on societal conditioning, false beliefs, and outdated patterns, has to fall away before the new, authentic you can emerge. But as painful as this process is, there's a way through it. If you're in the middle of your dark night of the soul, here's what you can do to navigate it. 1. Surrender to the process. The more you resist, the harder it becomes. Accept that you are going through a transformation and trust that this darkness is temporary. 2. Let go of old identities and beliefs. The person you were before is no longer who you are becoming. It's okay to release old versions of yourself that no longer serve you. 3. Embrace solitude, but don't isolate yourself. Spending time alone can be powerful, but don't completely cut yourself off from the world. Seek out people who understand spiritual growth and self-discovery. 4. Practice deep journaling, meditation, and shadow work can help you understand what's being purged from your life. It might not feel like it now, but you are undergoing a profound spiritual rebirth. The pain won't last forever. Something beautiful is waiting on the other side. So, what happens once you come out of the dark night of the soul? Many people report feeling more aligned with their purpose, more connected to their intuition, and deeply at peace with themselves. You'll notice a new sense of clarity about life and what truly matters. Old fears and conditioning no longer control you. A deep connection to your soul's true path. It is almost like waking up from a long dream and realizing who you truly are for the first time. If you're going through a dark night of the soul right now, I want you to remember this. You are not alone. It may feel like the world is crumbling, but in reality, your old world is breaking apart so something greater can take its place. Drop a comment below. Have you experienced a dark night of the soul? What was the hardest part for you? Let's start a conversation. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep spiritual awakening content every week.